You're welcome to another exciting episode of Lagos City Pulse. And with me on this episode are two very fantastic intellectuals that are here to discuss on grassroots governance and activities across Lagos. Close to my left-hand side, I have here Mr. Sylvester Abiodun Jinodu. He's a publisher, multimedia practitioner, a community leader, conflict resolution pacifist, and you can just call him simply Jan J. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
And
It's a pleasure
also,
to be here.
the civil rights activist in our midst, very, very vocal, and his presence is high on social media, Facebook particularly, the watchdog of the society and governance. You have with me, comrade. Am I permitted to call it like that?
All
Comrade
good.
Elijah Ajani Ojo. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. So let's quickly get down to the business of why we are here, so that our people are waiting to hear from you in regards to the trending matters, which is the local government elections and administration and governance in Lagos State. From our previous episodes, we've been able to throw light on the overview about Lagos, local government in Lagos, administration, comparing it vis-a-vis other local governments across the nation. We're able to establish that Lagos is the center of excellence. And even in one of the previous episodes, one of our presenters, our guest, has been able to establish that the entire residents of Lagos all have the eyes, that all eyes are on LASEC, and that LASEC must deliver because this is the home of the president of the nation, and so all eyes are on Lagos, and things must be done differently, and the standard must be set. So we are continuing in that discourse, and that's why you and we are here today. So quickly, the first question I'll direct to Comrade Elijah. When we look at the demographics of the population of Lagos, which group do you think will play a pivotal role in the elections?
Well, the youth has greater percentage of the demographic of Lagos, and then followed by women. But unfortunately, the youth of these days, they are very much, they're not politically conscious. They are not very much interested in governance. They would rather, stay glued to the TV for Big Brother Africa, Big Brother Nigeria, and some other entertainment-related activities. And governance is very, very important in the sense that when you are being given birth to, or when you give birth to a child, if that child doesn't have a birth certificate, it is not considered, such a child is not considered to be a legal child, or a human being that has the basic documents that you should have, so that your name and your date of birth can actually be documented, and you can always fall back to that document when it is being required to authenticate who you are, your name and your date of birth, and possibly your place of birth where you are being given birth to. Another importance of governance is that it is the government that determines the price of, garri, the price of fuel, the price of even rents, the prices of prices of goods and services. It is government that determines that. Like, just recently, telecommunication companies came up with a reviewing of their rates. And before of course, there was this, outcry from the public that, it's too much, is this, is that, blah, blah, blah. And they said, ideally, they're supposed to review their rate every 10 years. And for over 10 years now, they've not done that. So when they came out with some of those reasons and having engaged governments on why they need to review those prices. So it was easy for the government to give them if the government has stood against that, no, you can't review it, then there's nothing they could have done. So that's to tell you the importance of governance. It is government that tells you that the person that you have taken as your wife, I mean, as probably the person that you have taken as your partner, that that person is your wife, in the sense that if you say that you are married to someone, okay, if you pay dowry, fine. Did you go to registry, customary marriage and stuff like that? If you do, if for example now, let's say you paid the dowry, but you didn't go to registry, and you now say that if you, for example, you want to travel out, or there are some embassies they will tell you go and bring your marriage certificates. If you tell them you pay dowry, without that document, you are not married. So that is to tell you the importance of governance and government. So, and the youth of these days, as conscientious people, we have a lot of things. We have a lot of engagements, and awakening the consciousness of the people that they must be involved with governance. They must be involved with politics. They must be involved with the way their affairs are being governed. So that's, but for youth, yes, we have the demograph, we have the percentage birth. How many of us have voters card?
Let me put a pause on Comrade, because Comrade has begun to pour it out now. Let me ask, what do you think? What's your take on it?
Well, my take on it is that governance starts from you. The time you sleep, the time you wake up, take your baths and everything, you are governing yourself. That is to order for orderliness. So by the time you not take it out, we bring it together, it forms something that will now apply to all of us. But the younger ones, yes, we've all gone through the youthful age and all those things, but I believe that the orientation now comes from the ones who gave birth to the youth. Most of us failed. We cannot deny that aspect of ourselves. We failed. Oh, what I suffer, my children must not suffer. When I was in primary school, I was using my ordinary leg to go to school. My children must wear canvas. I have forgotten that it was those things. It was those things that made me to value shoes. It was those things that made me to know how to walk, how to prevent myself from matching the stone, matching the nail, and all those things. So the youth now, to them, oblada, life goes on. And unfortunately, the information age came when we are not even ready. They latch onto it from morning till night. Social media. And social media is a phantom. Let's deceive ourselves. It's a phantom. You cannot cook in social media. You cannot even, we see beautiful food there. You can't take it. It's a phantom. But some of them, they are, they fantasize. Oh, this is life. This is, no. So we need to find a way to bring our youths to understand what we need. I did something similar in my area some time back.
Where is your area?
In Festac Town.
Okay.
7th Avenue. Some of these youths, they fall what they call YRM. Okay. Youth Revolutionary Movement. I can say the only thing I recognize about that their YRM was the insult they haul at elderly people. It's your generation that destroyed this country. If you are trying to correct them, that is it not you people that spoiled this? Very insultive, abusive. In fact, they are even ready to beat you up. So I took them up. I said, look, I went through this age. Wait till I won't be where I never be. In my younger age, I was a boxer. You are smoking Igbo. Okay. This one, when I was a boxer, I experimented with this. Not because it's to prevent pains when after beating you inside the ring. Fancy cannot cure paracetamol, cafenol, they cannot cure it, codeine. So we have to resort to this. So your own, what are you taking it for? To insult elderly people? So I had discussions with them, bring them to their senses. And some of them volunteer. I brought them into a proper, what I would call movement. Festac Town Resident Association. I brought some of them into it. And they were enjoying themselves. In fact, the first day they came, some of them came, they were surprised to see the den a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly representing Amu Odofin constituency, who had Honorable Dipo Olorun attending. That was what Jija, some of them, and then the following one, they came en masse. Honorable Gene came. So they love it. Say that is it. Ever since, some of them, there are some that are falling by the way, but there are some that are still on track. So we need to get closer to them. They will chase you back. They won't want you to even understand what they, but don't be afraid to run away from them.
Okay, so let's now ask this germane question. This election, vis-a-vis what the two of you have just said, what do you think the impact of the youth will be in this particular election that you have just talked about? Time from you, sir.
Okay. The impact of the youths, I will want to see it from an angle that all of us need
Would
to
there
work
be
on.
any impact at all? Or what do you foresee as will be the impact? This election that is around the corner, July 12th, what do you think?
There will be impact. There will be impact. It may be negative, but it's still impact. Because it is the youth they use in fighting themselves. It is the youth that you throw 20,000 in their midst, they will
And they'll break bottle.
break bottle and everything. They are the young. You can't see elderly people in all those things. It is the youth that will break the windscreen of somebody's vehicle moving around and all those things. So there will be impact. But what we need to do now is to see how we can minimize some of these things. And some of these youths, one of the biggest errors we have is that we judge people by their look. Their looks, they dress fine, the latest clothes, but inside them, they are whitewashed sepulchre. Rotting bones and everything. They have nothing upstairs. And social media is not even helping matters too. So when they pick up all these things, election is coming, tell them, oh, let's analyze these candidates. Oh, they don't even, the first thing they want to, how much you get, how much you go give us. So what you are now trying to tell us now is that money is what determines how you are going to run your life. There are so many things you can do that money will not even aid you. But let's see how we can make them understand what is even on the ground. Because some of them, to them, I beg, they don't do them. They don't choose the person way they want. The next thing, maybe the next chairman is elected, and give us money. Useless man. Whereas you can assist the chairman to even fulfill his own promises by coming to him, a chairman, no, that gutter. But to them, so their impact, to be honest with you, is negative. It's negative. They are going to be used more as thugs and catalysts for destruction, not to vote, to prevent some people from coming to vote. They are going to be used for that.
Let me ask, comrade. You've heard what Janji has said, and is of the opinion that it's going to be on the negative side. I want to ask, don't you think that probably their interest is not well represented in the political parties? Or what do you think? Is it because of that? Is that why we might not see anything good come out of the participation of young people in this forthcoming election?
Well, for me, I share a different perspective to what my colleague just said. You see, power is not served a la carte. Like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during his presidential campaign prior to the 2023 presidential election, he said that you grab power and you run with it. The youths, we need to organize ourselves rather than agonizing. Let's organize ourselves. We have the population, we have the demographic. So what's up if we organize ourselves? There is no way those who have held on to power for years, they will concede. They will concede. They will release some. But if we continue to agonize without organizing ourselves, power will not be given to us on a platter of gold.
Sure.
So for instance now, for example, the local government election that is slated for July 12. how many youths were able to pick nomination form
From parties.
from the parties? How many youths? What is the, and then even the ruling party in Lagos State, their form is about 5 point something million naira. How many youths can afford that? And then they gave some kind of rebate for youth that I think is 50%
discount.
How many youths can afford 2.5 or 3 million naira? Because if you don't have that financial wherewithal, you may not be able to raise power from the political class. Fine, we have the population, but we need to organize. You don't have to necessarily align with the ruling class to grab power.
No.
But if you grab that, if you win the election, we know what happens in Lagos, where power is not given to those who win from opposition. There are instances of such. There are precedents. In that respect, in the past, that once it's an opposition political party that wins a local government election, you won't have it. They know what they do. They know what they do through the legal means and some other means to thwart
that process.
that process. How long shall we continue? But the fact is that dynamics of politics is evolving. Things are changing. People are getting more informed, more aware. If the youth, they should just play down, but they should not assume that they already know who they will choose, and they already know who they will. You just play your own part. Go and cast your vote. Monitor your vote at your polling point. Because at the end of the day, whatever is being scored, whatever is the result of that polling point, will be pasted on that polling unit. Have that copy. If you can have the result of all the polling units in Lagos State, if you can have that, you take the picture, then you collate all that amongst yourself. Then now compare it with what the LASEC will release. If there is substantial difference, you can always contest that. If we start from that place, I tell you that those who have held on to power for years and already, you can't put honey in anybody's mouth and it will spill it out. So power is not serving a la carte. We must organize ourselves. We have the population better. Are we ready to organize ourselves? And when at the point of organizing, you will see somebody say Muslim agenda, Christian agenda, outside Northerners agenda, Easterners agenda, Oduduwa agenda.
And so that also exists in Lagos.
It does.
Okay.
And from the last election, it does. If it doesn't, why will people mobilize Oro or Kane? To change people from polling units.
In addition to that, like he is saying, it's like starting from the A levels when you can start from primary. The first thing I expect the youth to do is to come into the political parties. They have words.
Good.
Force yourself into the party. The party chairman is a youth. The vice chairman, all those positions. Once you are able to hold, you are already grabbing power.
The ESCO.
The ESCO. You can't grab power by, even if you form an alternative party.
And they say politics is local.
Local.
Exactly.
You can't grab power by, alternative party or whatever. Grab the main party.
From the ward level.
From the ward level. When you are in control of the ward level, and then move to the LG, you are you are the strength. You are the stomach of everybody. That's where food stays and distribute to everywhere. You are from there. You move into the LG. The person that is going to be in the LG too, because you have the population, you take over the LG. Gradually, the state knows that.
That's why I'm the one thing.
Well, they come. How do we pacify these people? They don't get the secret. Okay, I checked the age range of most of the ward chairmen in ward of in local government. Most of them are not young. The man, for example, somebody in Ward B1 is close to 70. Even though he looks young, he wears t-shirt and everything. I know. Oh, yes.
That's the trend everywhere.
Whereas youth come there, anytime you see them gathering, they are coming to share maybe 2,000. Somebody gave 2,000. They come around to come and struggle with all
But they
those
don't
things.
want to even come to take power.
Take power.
Where the decisions are made.
When they are electing some of these people into the ward ESCO, where are you? They are not asking you for money to contest for ward ESCO. No. The meeting is even free. It may be somebody that is passing by that say, my people have not, make una buy crate of cocoa and buns to service the meeting. It's free.
It's free.
It's just your time that meeting needs. And what the time? What 1 hour? By the time they see, even me, I'm over 60. I won't even dare to try to contest for any position in that ward or LG because the young ones are there. The only thing I will do is that I will be like, guide by their back. Look, boy, you whisper, boy, that decision you won't take will backfire on you. Oh, yeah. Then by the time he's speaking, this our chairman has wisdom because somebody who is at the back is already. But you are not there. The young ones are not there. I'm telling you, I've experienced in my own area. You don't see them. Even a youth coordinator, 50, 60 something.
Exactly.
What is he coordinating? Who you are youth? His own son too is already youth. The father and son youth.
Youth leader 50 something.
Youth leader 50 something.
Okay, so let me ask this question. Now it comes back to what you said, the social media. Since this is where you find all young people, what influence do you think it can make? What impact do you believe that the social media is making to shape the political acumen and awareness of young people in Lagos?
Yeah. If you study the political activities prior to 2023 presidential election, and even shortly after that, and even till now, you realize that social media played a very active role, very prominent role in conscientizing the minds of the youth. You know, when the youth started, Senator Adams Oshiomhole, former governor of Edo State, said, "Don't mind them. They're just 10 people in a room tweeting." You know, but when the result came, when they saw the outcome of that presidential, they realized that social media, it can't be underestimated when it comes to advocacy about galvanizing, rally around the youth for political change. For the first time in this Lagos, we had somebody that had been ruling Lagos either by proxy or directly since 1999, lost Lagos, February 23rd, 2023.
He lost personally, but they've lost Lagos again once. That was 2011 when Jonathan contested and defeated Ribadu.
No. You see, that one was the party, even the president now the party leader, now the president of the federal government, or had an arrangement with President Goodluck Jonathan.
No, but whichever, we don't know all those.
That's just it.
But
it is alleged that he had an arrangement with President Goodluck Jonathan.
We got the results.
So yes,
for your own context that you said for the first time.
For the first time, and that tells you that even there are so many federal constituencies that were lost opposition.
Oh, of course.
And that was as a result of the social media.
Yes.
So what do you think? How do you think it can be engaged again for the local
Some of us have always engaged to social media for public enlightenment, education, and especially when it comes to some of the programs of the governments, and also to advocate for good governance. We will continue to do more. And we also recruit some other, patriotic youth, because there are some, what appeals to you may not appeal to me.
No.
Look at there are some social media influencers that what they are dishing out is not something that some of us or some people can sit down and begin to digest. No. But if we can influence them to key into progressive ideals for the society, so that they begin to use their own platform to project some of those, ideas as well, the society will be better off for it. Social media has done a lot of harm to our society, and at the same time, positive. It has also done us good. For example, if you look at the just released JAMB results. When there was no internet, or we used to read with Kandu, we performed very well in our exams. But upon the advent of social media, if you look at the rate of success keeps declining every year.
So it's time for us to channel it to the building of our societies
Society.
rather than negative things. Now, I want to ask one question because we talked about the demographics.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to ask you, Janji, this question about the demographics. What do you think the role will be or the impact in these local government elections in Lagos from other ethnical colorations? You understand? Vis-a-vis your own community, Amuodofin, you have different, is a convergence of people across Lagos.
Yes, it's the
So
most urbanized local government in Nigeria.
So what do you think? Your take?
Well, concerning the youths and
No, we're talking
there's
about
demography.
the ethnical coloration.
Ethnic,
demography.
yeah. The ethnic coloration to things is mischief. For example, I married across the Niger.
Okay.
My wife is Igbo. She's from Owerri. So automatically, let me say, I have dual citizenship within the country. Likewise, my wife. Likewise, my children. So my children cannot attack their own cousins. Likewise, their cousin cannot attack my children. So all those things are just you look at the area where those things are applied.
Okay.
Ignorance reigns supreme in such area, especially ignorance leading with money. Because when an ignorant person have money, you'll be looking. It's like a dwarf who wants to bring the only way a dwarf can be bigger than you is to bring you down. He knows that if he climbs something to be taller than he can't move anywhere. So you have to come down. So that is exactly what. So the ethnic thing and all those things, we can't pretend that is not with us. Is with us. What we need to do now is that, like, for example, now I observe what let me say the APC within the Amuwo did. Inside their ESCOs, they have other ethnic this thing, ex officio for this, ex officio for that, and all those things. Even disabled, they created something for disabled and all those things, which is part and parcel of the integration. The chairman is Yoruba, the vice Maureen is Igbo. They've been intertwined. Maureen is even contesting. Because she's even the first to come out to go around the town that I want to be the chairperson of Amuwo of a local government. She had a lot of both non-Yorubas and everybody, with her. So we cannot pretend that it's not there. The impact will be there. The only way to minimize the impact is to see how we can go deep into the people, bring integration. If you are hungry, I'm hungry. If you are angry, I'm angry. If you are sad, I'm sad. So then why are we now? You think your tribe is the only one that can give you succor or whatever? No. So we need to find a way to engage ourselves and then do so much to reduce religion impact, not religious impact, religion impact. Because religion is one of the things that is fanning the ember of ethnic. Many people downplays it. If you look at, let's use the Northerners, for example, now. They use the Islam to fan ember of ethnic. In the Christendom, because I'm a free thinker. So in the Christendom, like the Catholic now, more Igbos are into the Catholic. They find a way to, whenever they want to do all this little, whatever, they call it a harvest or whatever. People from Southwest come. People from, so you now see the Southwesterners, they will dance out. Whereas other tribes can join them to go and do the Thanksgiving. But they find a way to make money. So religion, if we can find a way to downplay because it's part of the main strength that ethnic is using. Because now, an average person believes that somebody from North is allergic. Whereas Christianity is not. While an average person sees an Igbo person now, will believe that this one is Christian. There are Muslims among the Igbos too. So religion, if we can do everything to find a way to isolate it, you see that ethnic will disappear.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a good one there. Comrade, I want to ask this question and a frank thought from you. How effective, are the current policies in place, to encourage youth participation in governance in Lagos State? How effective the current policies?
Over the years, there has never been absence of policy or adequate policy or good policies.
Mm.
What we've lacked is implementation or the political will
Mm.
to put those policies to work.
Mm.
For instance, if at the federal level, during President Muhammadu Buhari's regime or era, he gave assent to a bill not too young to run.
Mm.
And some of those things were being cascaded to all the states across the country. Fine, you have the policy there, but are we implementing them? Until we garner the political will to implement policies, they will just be as good as just on paper. We have policy. Okay, now, for example, the United Nations, there's a United Nations affirmative action on 35% for women. In a bid to foster inclusive governance, that 35% of women should be given either elective or appointive positions in government. Some states are really working towards actualizing that.
Lagos is doing that also.
Yes. You know, the administration of Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, I would say that is a he or she governor, in the sense that yes, he's during his administration. There used to be this agency, this Department of Sexual Harassment and something.
Yeah.
It is now a full-blown agency.
Yeah.
So that tells you that
domestic violence and
yes. So that tells you that he is very much conscious of the fact that we need to empower women. Let us give women a chance. Let them come on board. Of course, some of them will come with excuses, but we'll try and carry them along so that the society can be better for it. Because it says that the perspective, the prism for which a woman will view a situation is quite different from the one that a man will view it. So we have policies in place, but what we lack is implementation.
Okay. So let me ask this final question, and that we can bring this program to a wrap. Janje.
Yeah.
My question is very simple. Are there notable trends in voters' turnouts among different age groups?
The young ones have not really catch up with the trend. But the elderly ones, they've always been there, coming out. If you go around on it, because I used to do election monitoring. If you go around on election day, the people you still see are the people, the elderlies, the retirees. You even see mamas and papa grannies dragging themselves to go and vote. Then it is only in some instances you see maybe they pack some northerners together, and all those things. But the young ones have not really getting to these things. And one of my own solution, my own suggestion to it is that social media is there. We left everything to social media. It's like leaving the whole world to the computer to govern it. If you don't intervene, we bring these kids together. Okay, it's just a matter of, okay, I know an influencer. Okay, guys, make we meet. Let's do boys to boy, girl to girl meeting physically. There are a lot of people that they don't even know themselves. They even Facebook, they'll say, I met my girlfriend on Facebook. At the end of the day, maybe killing or whatever. But whereas if we find a way to even bring your physical person out for me to meet you, because there are a lot of sadists hiding inside the social media. Sadists. You may not, demagogues. You would think, they are fighting for the common man. They are trying to help the nation. No. They are sadistic. They are psychopaths. They may be verbatim psychopath, physical psychopath, but their own is to make sure to end something. To see to the end of a life, whether social life, biological life, anything. Just to end it. So when we try to find a way to bring them more out, you may call it town hall. Town hall, I believe town hall is bastardized. But social engagement, we don't need large crowd. In this area now, appoint 3, 4, 5 people, let's meet. By the time we interact, we abuse ourselves, you come to their level, they insult you, because that's what I do. You know, that's why I say it's easier for me. When you say Janje is easier for me. The children will call me Janje. Their fathers hate me, but they will call me Janje because it's easier for me to interact. And they promote camaraderie between us. They are even the one informing me on what is the new thing. They made me to know things. Then later, by the time I investigate, I will now see that it's deeper than that. I will now say, that's the way you tell me now. You know, now this is where I hear. Now I hear me. I know here. I don't go find now. So we need to engage the younger ones to make them understand that, look, your papa has an expiry date. Your parents have an expiry date. Even I build the biggest house, so many houses. By the time you inherit it, you will still do away with it. That's why you sell it. You want to move from Lekki to VGC to Atlantic City to Banana Island. You continue to move. Whereas your father started in Surulere, you saw the houses there. So you continue to move. But by the time he understands that, look, he is the one that needs to move and not the property, he will take what we are looking for serious. Governance. So up till today, some people still believe that they must beat NEPA officials up. Whereas you don't need to beat NEPA officials. Go to NEPA office. Let's see what is going on there. Snap it. Okay, show us the cable. These cables are bad now. How now they are? When we connect and within the next 2 hours, it will snap. Okay, we must replace this cable. You now go to the headquarters. Will be Marina Ikeja. Please, that cable at Agboju is not good. You also have to replace it for us. That is youth. That is youth power. That is youth involving in the, their environment, their neighborhood, their everything. But such thing, when we continue to, government, let me be honest with you, my dear brother. Government policy is fulfill all righteousness. It's just like laws. There are so many laws today that there are traps for you and I. It is when you infringe or you cross that red or that red line that is not visible, they will just go and look for it. Yes, one of your tire is down. And by the time you check it in the law, you now say, oh God, I really broke the law. I really broke the law. So the thing there is that government will not implement any policy. It is the young ones that will find a way to make that policy alive. You participate in it. So, and once you don't come out, if I organize party now, you see that the youth are the one that will be there. But if I say, okay, come, make we discuss how this country is going to move forward. Okay, you are a comrade. I want serve as, Luther Jet too. All those things, But I remember that time. We were talking of way back in the late 80s and 90s when we were making noise here and there. But the thing there was that we were blocking no distraction through the social media. We were focused. But now, I won't lie to you. You see that when you marshal 1,000 people, you see that you are the only one going in front. Everybody has gone.
Final words to the young people in the forthcoming July 12 elections, comrade.
Well, my appeal to the youth is that we must come out, play our own part. It is a civic responsibility. There's this saying in Yoruba that says that you are not there, you are not part of a process, and you are now asking how our resources being allocated. You have to be part of the process so that you can have a say. So let's come out, cast our votes, and also monitor our votes at the polling units. Then, because there's this thing that says that do your best. I think it's Mr. Obey that said that yes, do your best and leave the rest. So let's play our own part. There's something that God will not do for us. There's something that we must do, and then leave that which we can't do for God to do.
Thank you very much. And where will you be doing your best from? Which area of Lagos?
From Lagos West Interior District.
And that's where exactly? Ikeja.
Ikeja.
Okay,
Ikeja.
Thank you very much. And Janje will be encouraging people from
Amu of engaging them, because there are times we still need to clear certain things too. If you monitor your vote from morning till night. when they will change paper, no go dey there.
Mm.
Then you will see it here now, but now inside the thing they have. But the thing there is that if the young ones are there, the young ones are the ones that will handle this. They are the one. No, everything will work straight. But my own takes to them is that please don't just be fantasizing. The ward meeting, go there. Sit with them.
Sit with them.
The other party too is having their ward meeting. Go join them.
Sit
with them. From there, you know whatever they are planning. And anytime they want to do their ward convention or election, you, the young ones,
participate.
You participate. You get yourself elected.
Then
by the time they realize that, wait, now all those people that are under 30, you don't fuck around with under 30. They don't take it from you. The people at the top will be careful. But you know they there, like you said, you are not there when they were allocating. You are saying, how did they do?
Thank you very much for this exciting episode of our program. And I'm sure we've heard young people, it's time for you to take action. Don't sit on the fence. Be involved in these local government elections coming place from July 12, 2025. God bless you. Thank you very much, my guest. Thank you very much.